What is the obvious one?
Will Harry start?
Yes, he will. Harry's had a good week in training. The last 2 weeks he's played a little bit more. First week was 20, then 35. Felt good physically. His ankle pulled up well, which is the most important thing, and he'll start tomorrow.
Seems like the level of your players lifted. I mean, a lot's been made about that missed penalty, but when he's come on for those cameos, the level of your play has sort of lifted.
Definitely, it happens in all the teams. When your best players are out on the pitch, you play better football, and it's no different when the other teams are missing 3 or 4 of their better players. They don't perform as well, and Harry's one of our better players, and the players get confidence when Harry's out there, and he's a big plus for us. But it's not only Harry. Everyone has to perform.
What happened with that penalty?
Look, it's obviously Harry didn't hit it well. It's a tough one to explain because he said that he's never hit a ball that badly before. But the thing that Harry showed, he showed character, and after that he still wanted the ball. He was involved in the goal, so he set up that well. And that just goes to show what type of person he is and player he is. He won't shy away from, that he missed, but he'll keep on trying and keep on getting positions to help the team and make sure that he, creates chances and hopefully scores goals.
Any of the boys been cheeky enough to maybe remind him of it during the week?
No, I don't think so. I don't think the boys are disrespectful like that, and it's something not to laugh about anyway, because a player doesn't want to miss goals for his team, and he doesn't want to be on the losing team. And the first thing that Harry said when he walked off the pitch, he apologised to me, and but things happen like that in football. You can't control what's happened in the past. You can only control what's going to happen in the present and in the future, and that's all Harry's focusing on. And that's all we're focusing on.
Is he ready for league
position? There's probably an argument to be made that you're entering this derby as the form side. Is that how you see it?
Look, derbies, it doesn't matter what form you're in, doesn't matter what results you've been getting. Derbies are always different. So both sides are going to this game believing they're going to win. We know as a club that we've performed well in virtually every single derby, so we're confident about that. And I'll still go back to our first year in the league when we lost 4-0 to Brisbane, and then we played the first ever derby and we ended up winning that game. Melbourne Heart love playing in the derbies, and we want to play well for the club and also for our supporters, because we want to give them something to cheer about.
Do you think you're cherry ripe for that win? I mean, you've been in a better position to record the win all season?
Look, we feel that we should have won on the weekend, but we didn't, and we know that when we're on top of teams, we need to punish them. So if tomorrow night we're on top of victory and creating chances, we need to take them and punish them and make sure that we don't give them a sniff. And that's what we didn't do last week. We gave Sydney 2 goals, and then the chances that we created, we didn't put them away. And so that's what we have to do tomorrow night. We know what we have to do to win the game, and everyone's prepared, everyone's excited. I'm sure the supporters are really excited about the game, because these are the biggest games of the year, and I don't miss playing football that much because my knees gave way on me, but these are the games that I do miss. I love playing in these big games, and I know my players do too.
Is Harry ready to last 90?
Probably not. We will just, what I've said to Harry is that you go as hard as you can, and when it's time to come off, you come off. But we want him out there from the start because we know how much he can give us, and if he lasts 60, 70, 80 minutes, we don't know, but we know that it'll be quality 60, 70 or 80 minutes.
Is he the only change to the lineup?
At the moment, yeah. I'm trying to think of anyone else. I don't think so.
Who drops out?
Well, at the moment we've got bloody hell, Lynchy, you stumped me there. Huh? I do know. I just don't want to tell you.
Have you not told the players?
No, I haven't told the players yet. No.
Archie Thompson's had a lot to say this week, particularly about your players, how they've let you down. What do you think to that? Good to get support, or should he not stick his nose in something that doesn't concern him?
Look, I don't know what Archie exactly said, because I didn't see his interview, and I'm sure. Look, Archie, he's a victory player. He wants to do well for victory. He might be saying stuff about Melbourne Heart just to wind people up. we can't worry about that. We just have to focus on ourselves.
Well, what he said was he talks to the half players. They say the training sessions are good, the intensity is good, and he says the players are letting you down as an individual by not winning games.
They're not giving their best for you.
Oh, look, I know the players are giving everything for me, and you know, we're in it together. It's not the players, it's not just me, it's the whole club, and we want to be successful as a group. And you know, it's easy from afar to say, you know, what's happening, but we know what's happening inside. And as a group, we're working hard to get out of the situation. And I think there's no better time than to play a derby, because like I said before, we all know what derbies are like, and the past doesn't mean anything. And so we're all focused on it, from myself down to the last player and to everyone involved in this club. We want to win the derby.
Just for you personally though, John, do you feel like you're under a lot more pressure than other weeks?
I put a lot of pressure on myself, that's for sure. You know, the pressure comes with a job. It comes with playing in derbies. I'm sure that Kevin Muscat will say that he's going to feel the pressure tomorrow night because it's his first derby as the head coach. But you know, I love these games as a player, and there will pressure games, and I love them as a coach. You know, these are the games. Every game you want to win, but it's a little bit more special because you know how much it means to the supporters and you know to everyone involved in Melbourne winning these games. So yeah, there's pressure, but I'm ready for it.
Is it unfair, the extra external pressure that you've been under yourself?
Oh look, I don't really look at that too much. I just can only focus on my job at hand, and that's preparing the team well, making sure the group is together on you know, in the situation we're in, where we're all sticking together and we come out of it stronger. The outside pressure, I understand that you know there's going to be supporters that aren't going to be happy with the results we're getting because we want to be successful, so do they. I can understand the media, you know, but I can't look at what they talk about and the speculation because you know I know what's going on in my club, in my team, and I know that we're going to get out of it, and that's all I can do is make sure I prepare everyone properly to get out of it.
You've watched the DVDs. Do you detect any change in the last 7 or 8 weeks with victories since Muskie's been in charge?
Not a lot of change, no. I think that they play the same style of football, very similar to what they played under Ange. I think they're a very good side. Well, they are. You know, they played very well also against Newcastle Jets, even though they lost here. So we've watched that game, watched against Perth Glory, which they won. They're a good side, but we feel that we have a good side and we're ready for this game, and so we feel that we can hurt them.
Archie said yesterday that it's hard to be a rivalry when 95% of the crowd goes for one team.
So that's Archie winding us up again. So I'm not going to buy into that one at all. You know, don't worry. When and I'll go back to when I played and I was out there and I felt the atmosphere and scored in that first ever derby. It felt like that we had 95% of the supporters. So when you score and when you win, it feels like the majority of the supporters are following you. And we've got our 7,000 hardcore supporters that come every game, and I'm sure on the weekend we'll have, and there's still I think a couple of tickets available. I think that we'll still have quite a few of our supporters here, and it's our home game, so I'm sure more than half will be Melbourne Heart supporters.
Just quickly, an update on Orlando and what that means for Migliorini. Is Orlando getting closer?
Well, Orlando hasn't started training with us just as yet. Hopefully next week he might start. And Migliorini, he's here as injury replacement till the 31st of January, and then we have to make a decision, or we have to see what we can do. So, you know, it's too early for me to say that Migliorini will stay to the end of the year or he won't. But you know, we know that he's done well for us, and you know, we're confident that he can keep on doing well, and we'll see what happens after that.